Let's talk about your biometric field. Let's talk about your biometric field, especially when it comes to technology. And this is why Exelon began to alleviate away from home phones because a lot of people would complain about making doctor's appointments in order to do a blood work in order to have a home phone, and they saw it in technological usage where many people didn't alleviate from pasting their fingerprints or their facial features on the phone. So that is what got in 2016 Exelon Canada to alleviate every single type of flooring phone, which we used to call the home phone connected to the wall, is the biometrics field when it comes to laptops, computers, every single one of those. Okay? So, what you have to do when you make a purchase of an electronic item, laptops, computers, tablets, the first thing they ask for is your biometrics, which is a scan of your hand. And it takes 15 scans of your hand in order for you to be approved to have that technology. Otherwise, if the technology locks you out at the seventh scan, you have to return the technology to the store. Your physical feature is not reading properly after the seventh scan. With a computer, a laptop, it's after the third scan of your facial feature, which is why they began to build in the camera, which became a filming tool and a webcam feature. The webcam feature, if after the third time they can't get your full physical feature when you're beginning the setup stage of that laptop, you're gonna have to return that laptop to the store. It's not registering after the third time that you are a human feature. Okay? Otherwise, it would complete the setup process. For a desktop is literally right after the first scan, which is the cornea of your eye. The cornea of your eye, the seventh scan when it comes to a phone and a tablet, begins with the cornea of your eye that reads whether or not you are a human being or if you have devised your physical being from the being that of a human in the human flesh. So it begins there. Now, one of the questions that I was asked was in regards to fingerprints. How do we know when Deborah is paying or when the daughter is paying? Well, fingerprints number one, once you have placed your biometrics in that cell phone or that technology, the biometrics reads where you mostly spend your coins. The first place the biometrics reads for me is Dollarama at Scarborough Town Center, which is where I began to spend when I moved to this property. So that's what the biometrics read. And then when you're here after more than a year or more than several times a due, and you placed in your biometrics on any type of technology, it will tell you the location where you spent the most money, which means that that location has already read your biometrics featurely from you being there. Okay? And your biometrics is at every location that you've been at. And that is basically how we are charged when it comes to purchasing features based on the amount is it begins with our biometrics, which scans in our physical body, number one, and it tells you exactly how much that product is going to cost you and what you can purchase, number two, based off of the biometrics of your blood type.